Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about the people that were inside the house with Senzo when he was murdered. Inside the house, but nobody agrees. Shocking, right? The eyewitnesses collapse in Senzo Mewa trial because their stories. Okay, let's talk about it. Everybody inside that house saw the same moment. So they saw the same moment, same room, same seconds, same gunshots, everything. All of them were there. Okay. But when they got to court, the three of the people that went to court, their stories didn't match, their timelines clashed, their versions collided. In fact, even their statements, even for those that did not make it to court, a lot was happening. And here is the dangerous part. In law, when eyewitnesses contradict each other on the core event, the entire case can start shaking. This is not a small problem. This is where cases collapse. The point yokuqala nje that we need to deal with, the first point ever, the big problem. Same room, different realities. It can happen, guys. We may say it in different words, but we'll be saying the same thing normally. But here, we are talking about people who were inside the house when Senzo Meyiwa was shot here. Remember that, okay? Not outside, not hearing from someone else. We're not talking Dabi saying Ngashe and whoever else, other neighbors. They were there inside. So legally, versions should um, their versions should overlap, reinforce each other, build one clear story. But instead, we got contradictions on who touched the gun, who fought with the intruder, whether someone ran out or not, whether someone ran out or stayed, all of those things. What Longwe Twala did, how many attackers were inside, what happened seconds before the shot. That's not that's not detail. That is core event, guys. Core event. They were there. They need to tell us. They need to put us into their confidence. Point number two, legal reality. What contradictions do to a case? Because from that situation of having contradictions from people that were supposedly in the same room, same moment, same everything. In court, contradictions hit two things. One, credibility. Can the court trust you? If you change your version, you contradict your own statement, you clash with your own eyewitnesses, the judge starts treating your evidence with caution. Actually, it already happened because we heard Judge Rata Nobalo at some point talking about Tumelo, in fact, talking about Uzanti and also about Tumelo. It's not evidence they need to touch that one. Second situation is that reliability. Even if you are honest, are you accurate? Courts understand trauma distort memories. Panic affects perception, but when contradictions hit core facts, not small details, that's where the law says we cannot safely rely on this. Do you understand? Point number three, the difference, the defense strategy. Yes, turning chaos into reasonable doubt, because this is gold for them. When these people that supposedly were inside the house saw everything are contradicting each other, this is gold for defense. This is platinum for them. This is where the defense becomes dangerous. They don't need to prove anything. They just need one thing, reasonable doubt, which they have. The contradictions do exactly that for them. They allow the defense to argue. You don't even agree on what happened. How can you identify anyone? Was there even a robber? Is the shooter someone inside? Boom. There's nothing that they can do. Now the court is no longer asking, did the accused do it? It starts asking, do we even know what really happened inside that house? Even Judge Rata, as he is, he has no choice. He is going to use Lady Justice in these things. Section 4, material versus minor, the line that decides everything. This is critical. Minor contradictions, they are harmless, right? Who screamed first, exact words, small timing differences. Those are, okay? Yeah. We can overlook those. right? But material contradictions, those ones are very dangerous. Who had the gun? Number of intruders? Who struggled with who? Identity of the attacker? Position of people in the room? In this case, we are dealing with material contradictions. And what is where everything goes. And this is where cases don't weaken. They crack Gesana big time. Point number 5, what this says about the witnesses inside the house. Let's be fair and legal at the same time, not emotional. Contradictions can mean trauma and confusion, sharp. Poor police statements, sharp. Memory reconstruction over time, sharp. Influence from others, sharp. Or selective truth telling. But here is the key thing. Here's the key thing. The court does not need to decide why they contradicted. It only asks, can we trust the version beyond reasonable doubt? Their versions, can they be trusted beyond reasonable doubt? If the answer is no, that's it. That's it. That's it. Point number 6, the real danger for the state when it comes to all of this. When multiple eyewitnesses contradict each other, they stop supporting each other. They start canceling each other. And once that happens, the state must rely on forensic independent evidence, strong linking proof, because eyewitness evidence alone, it becomes unsafe. Oh, Baloyi, my dear. Oh, I feel for you, because even that independent evidence, strong linking proof, forensic, is taking Kesanalam. Oh, it is taking, and Baloyi knows this. That is so sad. That is so sad, because he has nothing. Pete nesandli. Pete akaphetanga nix. Akaphetanga nix. In an honest, competent court, uBaloyi has nothing. Zilch. Akaphetanga nix, guys. Kubi for yen. Akana nix. Honestly, he has nothing. Do you understand that uBaloyi has nothing? This is the truth nobody wants to say clearly. The case doesn't collapse because there are no witnesses. It collapses because witnesses don't agree. Same house, same moment, different stories, and in law, that is how reasonable doubt is born. And there is nothing that uBaloyi can do, say, to help the situation. There is nothing that uGeninda can do, say, to help the situation. It is what it is. Eyewitnesses failed them dismally. They failed them, and they were all inside. So why can't they all agree on what happened, how it happened? Why? Why same house or same room, different stories? Why? They are the ones that brought trouble in the case, the eyewitnesses. It was even worse during cross-examination. Oh, they collapsed live on national television, all of them. It was bad. It was bad. You can't see the story, the same thing, and not have a story that matches what you saw, all of you. You can't. It can't happen. You are making us judge you. Anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to this, guys? Let's talk comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. I'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.